Up in grade for the third race from Class 5 of Race 2 to Class 4 in race number 3, and back in trip from the 1800 to the 1650. All Joyful is first up. He's had the 3 trials and has won first up in the past 2. Exuberant up in trip for the first time to the 1650. HK Dragon blinkers off, the visor goes on. Right Honourable is a 5-time course and distance winner. Royal Pride has the visor going off. Born the Same Day has the pacifiers and the tongue tie both off. A1 resumes with a hood and a tongue tie on. A Noble Steed's a last start winner, but he carries an extra £5 for it. And Matthew Poon rides for Francis Loy. 1650 metre course in use here, Tom, and Exuberant, and Born the Same Day on the pace.
Yeah, well, he covered some ground a little bit last start, Exuberant. You wouldn't expect him to do that from barrier 1 this time round. Born the Same Day has led up in the past. He was midfield last start. United Endeavours, he had a tough run last start, Paul. He was 3 wide, no cover. And SWAT Trooper's Wind was out the back in a recent trial, but he can also race handy and lead.
Yeah, so that's why I thought he might go forward in this. Right Honourable normally gets back, but there's not too much pace towards the back here, so I think he might be a little bit closer than he normally is. HK Dragon will go back. A1, I think, from his wide draw will go back as well.
Okay, that is the speed map for race number 3, Paul. We're going to start with Exuberant. 1650, untested over the trip. Any concerns for you?
No, not at all. I think from barrier number 1, he should get a really nice run. You can see this is 1200. He got back, and the way he finishes off his racing, he does finish off strongly enough. He's by Free Eagle. So, look, I think the 1650 is going to suit him.
Yeah, he's definitely in. Was making good ground last start. The horse next to him in the yellow colours, that was oversubscribed. He put up a massive run at the weekend, but made good ground there to Exuberant.
Good report for Exuberant from both the boys. We'll move on to an X-ray play here, Tom. This is Noble Steed. He's never won 2 in a row. He's a 9-year-old now, but he does beat home Jade Phoenix comfortably here, and that form's been more than franked.
Yes, it has been, and of course you've got in the race as well Amigo Giggle, who's been beaten a couple of times very short as well. And look, he'd been building to a performance like this maybe last start, the last few runs, Noble Steed, and got it with 120 pounds. He's won off a mark, Paul, in the past of 79, so whether he's still got it in the legs, I don't know.
That's the question, isn't it? I'm going to put him in, though, because I don't think this is an overly strong race, and he's still really well rated, and he's in good form. He's a last start winner.
He's indeed. That's Noble Steed. And off to the all-weather trials now, Paul. All Joyful, and Matthew Chadwick rides for Benno Young. Yeah,
so it's an All Joyful's trial. You can see him just running fourth in this trial. He's a horse that's coming into this race fresh. He did win fresh up last season. He won 2 in a row last season, actually, in Class 5 and in the bottom of Class 4.
Yeah, I've got him on top in this race. I think he could be some good value here. Wasn't asked too much in the trial. He's coming off blood in the trachea last start. That was all the way back in February. He's had plenty of time to get over that. 3 trials, and I didn't think the trials have been too bad. So with a bit of luck, hopefully he can run a race.
All right, we'll find out who Tom's minor numbers are shortly after we check out your top 4.
Yep, thanks, Mark. I'm with the Exuberant here on top. I think stepping up to the 1650 looks ideal for him. Should be on the pace. HK Dragon, he's a course and distance winner from his 4 starts. Horse that gets back, he likes to run on strongly. Co-partner Era, another 4-time winner, co-partner Era, and one of those was here at Happy Valley in Noble Steed, the well-rated horse. 2, 3, 5 and 10.
Looking for the each-way value here around number 1, All Joyful for Benno Young and Matthew Chadwick. Drawn barrier number 10 and should get a relatively good run in transit, you'd think. All Joyful. Of the rest, I've got in 2 Exuberant. The step up to 1650 should suit him. Right Honourable, he's third up. He was a bit keen last time out and plugged away, but there was market support for him. He was 12 to 1. And so the other one I threw in was Noble Steed in a race that isn't overly strong. So 1, 2, 4 and 10.
And with Wednesday night being an 8-race program, the 6 Up gets underway on race number 3.